This video message is for the women who love feminine women, and you are a feminine woman, because we don't really get as much attention. And the kind of attention that I'm referring to is there's not enough content or support for our type of relationship in the lesbian community or relationships between women. Do Femme for Femme relationships work? I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. I provide my lesbian perspective. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video message, and hype the message as well. Thank you. And when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you are welcome to hit the join button and become a member of the Premium Tribe, which is my channel membership for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ plus people, where I provide content and resources that is not for the public. Thank you. Do Femme for Femme relationships work? To define what it means by Femme for Femme, that is a relationship dynamic between lesbians or women who love women. You can identify as lesbian, where it can be two lesbian women together, or you can be a woman who is bisexual and you're in a relationship with a lesbian or another bisexual woman, any woman who is same-sex attracted. And both of the women are feminine presenting. Why is this even a question that I have to pose in a video message? Well, the reason why is because most people view women who are feminine presenting as heterosexual. They never think that a woman who is feminine presenting could be lesbian. Now, bisexual, sometimes they may consider a woman to be bisexual if she's feminine presenting. But usually, most people, when they first look at a feminine presenting woman, they automatically assume she's heterosexual. If they find out that she's not heterosexual, then they assume she's bisexual or fluid. But rarely do they consider the woman to be a lesbian. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit today and how it affects the relationship dynamic between lesbians or women who love women who are both feminine. I am a feminine presenting woman and I identify as a lesbian, and I know firsthand what it's like for people to assume that I am heterosexual, or they may think that if they find out that I am a lesbian, they may assume that I'm only attracted to other women who are more masculine presenting. And usually women who are more masculine presenting, they refer to themselves, if you are a Black woman, as a stud, or if you are Caucasian, you may refer to yourself as a butch woman. Some women use the verbiage interchangeably as tomboy. And when they learn that I am a feminine presenting woman who is attracted to feminine presenting women, some people are surprised, or they don't believe me, or they have questions. They have questions. Why are you a lesbian? Or why are you attracted to other feminine women? Because feminine women, they like masculinity. Feminine presenting women who like and are attracted to feminine presenting women absolutely exist. And here's why. Well, when you think about it, I will reference being a lesbian to define what being a lesbian means. A lesbian is a female homosexual. She is a gay woman or a lesbian woman who identifies as female, and she is exclusively attracted to women only. In a heteronormative society, people expect everyone to be heterosexual. And when you are a woman, they believe all women are attracted to the opposite sex, which would be males. So you have this heteronormative viewpoint that people have. And I mentioned that most people think that feminine women are attracted to masculinity. And this is for heteronormative spaces, but also for same-sex attracted spaces. So there are even people within the LGBTQ plus community who sometimes think that all women who are feminine presenting are attracted to masculine presenting women. But that is not accurate, and it's not the truth. Why do people assume that feminine presenting women can only be attracted to masculinity? Well, because it's just the patriarchal society that we live in, and also the fact that people have been programmed to believe that heterosexuality is the only sexual orientation or the ideal sexual orientation. It is this fallacy that only male and females are attracted to each other romantically and or sexually, and that only male and female sexes can come together and create balance or union because it comes from the worldview, the heteronormative and patriarchal worldview that male and female are a match and that masculinity and femininity are a match. And what I will say is male and female represents the sex of the person. But masculinity and femininity, that is an energy. And masculinity and femininity actually is within either sex, male or female. We all have masculinity and femininity within us. But presentation of the sex, meaning how you physically look, your exterior, is different. You have a feminine woman. She's feminine presenting. And then you have a masculine woman or a masculine presenting woman. What makes them stand out from each other? Usually it's because of the way they dress and their mannerisms. Now, the mannerisms could be the way they walk. It could be the way they talk. It could be just their demeanor. When you look at the physicality of a person, you're focused on the external appearance. And when you see a woman and she's feminine presenting, then she is more than likely a woman who may have softer features. She traditionally may wear longer hair, but not necessarily, because there's feminine women who definitely rock short haircuts and they're feminine presenting. And she may wear makeup, but not every feminine woman wears makeup. She may dress in dresses and skirts, but she may not. She can still dress in feminine apparel and it's still deemed feminine even if she's not in a dress. In the same way with her shoes. She may not wear 6-inch heels, but she can still wear feminine shoes, sandals, open-toe shoes that are not necessarily 6-inch heels. And not every feminine woman wears 6-inch heels, by the way. So you have kind of an idea of her image when she's feminine. And so when you have the image of a feminine presenting woman and she's attracted to another feminine presenting woman, you will say, well, how does it work? Well, the reason why you may be asking yourself that question is because you've been programmed to where you have always seen masculine and feminine people together, whether it's in the heterosexual community or the homosexual community or LGBTQ plus community. That's what's been presented to you. It's a programming. You only see male and female representation or masculine, feminine representation. So you become used to it. It becomes very familiar to you. And when you are presented with a same-sex relationship that is between two women and they're both feminine, you first probably will think that they are just friends. And you may also assume that they're heterosexual women who are friends. But the two feminine presenting women are actually in a lesbian relationship together. And the fact that that won't be your first thought lets you know that you've been programmed to believe that feminine presenting women are either heterosexual and they are with a masculine man, or a feminine presenting woman, if she is lesbian or part of the LGBTQ plus community, she will be with a masculine presenting woman. That is programming. In the lesbian community, there are different relationship dynamics, and one relationship dynamic is femme for femme. There are women who are feminine presenting who are attracted to feminine presenting women. The key is focusing on the presentation, the physical look of a woman, because the way you physically look, it does have a lot to do with who people are attracted to. You're attracted to the physical appearance of a feminine presenting woman, but it gets even deeper than that. You're also attracted to her energy. And the type of energy that you're attracted to in a woman, that may vary depending on the woman. She may like a more feminine presenting woman, but the woman, her energy is more masculine. There are some women who like women who are feminine presenting and who also have a feminine energy. Depends on the woman. It also depends on who you're compatible with. So there's a balance between the women. And masculine doesn't necessarily mean that she's controlling. Masculine doesn't mean controlling. It just means a more stern or more authoritative energy. She's usually the one who is an assertive positioning in the relationship. And that creates balance in their relationship. And then you might say, well, if she's attracted to masculine energy, why don't you just date a masculine presenting woman? Because she's only attracted to feminine presenting women. Feminine presenting women are attractive and appealing to her, and they are also sexually attracted to feminine presenting women. And you like who you like. You're not able to force yourself to be attracted to someone who you're not. And being a feminine presenting woman, being attracted to a feminine presenting woman, it actually makes 100% sense. And here's why. Using the example of being a lesbian woman. When you are a female homosexual, you identify as a biological female and you are attracted to women. That's what homosexual means. It means same-sex attraction. And when you look at a person of the same sex, they are like you, they are a female. So it makes sense for you to be physically attracted to someone who is like you. You're not attracted to the opposite sex, which would be the male sex. And why is that? Because males and females look different. Males and females do not have the same features. And males and females don't even have the same energy either. So like the female hormones are estrogen and progesterone. And in most cases, now this is in most cases, the female sex has a more dominant hormone level of the female hormones. And that's what affects her appearance. That's what affects her energetic level as well. And when you are a female homosexual, you are naturally attracted to the female sex. And it makes sense why two feminine presenting women would be attracted to each other, because we are the same and we like the feminine sex. Now, to answer the question of the title, do femme for femme relationships work? Yes, they do. And here's why. They work because when you are a feminine presenting woman and you are only attracted to feminine presenting women, you are not going to be able to date or be in a relationship with someone who you are not attracted to and be happy. You could force yourself to just be with someone, but why do that when you don't have to? You want to be with someone who you are attracted to and who you're compatible with. And because we have a natural attraction for feminine presenting women, that's where our eyes naturally travel to. That's who we are drawn to. And that's who we desire. When you desire to be in a relationship as a feminine presenting woman with another feminine presenting woman, the urge at some point is so strong that it will bring the two of you together and you will make your relationship work. And it will be easier for the relationship to work because you are with someone who you are naturally attracted to. The reason why society doesn't think that femme for femme relationships will work is because of the programming, because they believe that being masculine and feminine is the only way that a relationship can work, because they believe that the two sexes can come together is if one is male and the other one is female. And within the LGBTQ plus spaces, if you have the mindset, the only way that the relationship between same-sex attracted people will work is if one is masculine presenting and the other one is feminine presenting. That is a programming. And then also you have to consider a lot of people who make these statements. For example, if you are a heterosexual person, you're speaking from your subjective point of view. You're attracted to the opposite sex, and you're attracted to the opposite sex who is opposite of you. So of course you're going to be, if you're a female and you're heterosexual, of course you're going to be attracted to a male and he's going to be masculine presenting because that's what you are naturally attracted to. So you really are not able to make a decision or objectively confirm that all women love masculine men or they really want a man. And if they can't be with a man, then they'll just be with a masculine presenting woman. That's not true. Two feminine women being together makes sense, and it absolutely exists because there are women who are same-sex attracted who are feminine and they love feminine women. And then if you are within the LGBTQ plus spaces, if you're assuming that the only way a couple can work is if one is masculine or one is feminine, more than likely that's because that's how you operate. That's what works for you. So for example, if you are a masculine presenting woman, you would be attracted to the feminine presenting woman. And that's what works for you. That's what you're naturally drawn to. But that doesn't mean that all women are that way. So we have to consider that there are different relationship dynamics. People are designed differently. We all have our interests. We all are attracted to different people. We are not the same. Even though we are women and even though we are attracted to people, we are not monolithic. And our attractions, our desires, our passions, our interests vary, and we have to be respectful and considerate and learn about other people. And I want to close with this for the feminine presenting women who love feminine presenting women. If you find it challenging to meet other feminine presenting women, or you're having doubts that you'll ever meet another feminine presenting woman who thinks like you, who really believes that, yes, I can be in a relationship with another feminine woman, I want to encourage you to let you know that we are out here. Feminine presenting women who love feminine presenting women exist. We are out here. We are compatible and we are drawn to each other naturally. Make sure that you don't allow the way society views you or dictates you to be. Do not let that be the decisioning factor about how you choose to be in a relationship with a woman, because there are unfortunately women who are feminine presenting and they are single because they don't know if they can meet another feminine presenting woman, or they get in relationships with other women, but the women are not feminine presenting. And ultimately they're not happy. And that is actually what creates the imbalance. So I encourage you to be patient, to have hope, and be committed to being yourself and looking for the kind of woman that you desire, because she is out there. You just have to make sure that you protect yourself and keep yourself from being deceived and misled by these patriarchal heteronormative views about how relationships work. Because the truth is, relationships work for you when you are being yourself and when you are with the right person. So if your right person is a feminine presenting woman because you are a feminine presenting woman, then you can have exactly what you desire. If you are interested in receiving life coaching about your own personal situation, I am available. My contact information is here in the description box. My website is www.gisellewallace.com. And I thank you for listening. And I hope that this video message has been helpful to you. Do Femme for Femme relationships work? Yes, they do. Have a beautiful day.